Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about another movie I really enjoy and watch many times over years. I will go through the story and share 5 interesting details about this movie that you may not know before. It is an Italian movie named Life is Beautiful. This movie tells the story of Guido, a charming Jewish Italian man, with his boundless optimism, wins over the heart of Dora, a schoolteacher. They marry, have a young son named Giosuè, and their life seems full of promise. But everything changes when World War II rips apart their world. The family is torn from their home and sent to a Nazi concentration camp. Gildo did everything he can to protect and preserve hope for his son in the camp. Eventually, his wife and son are rescued by allies whilst Gildo was killed by Nazi in a heroic way. There are lots of interesting details about this movie. In the next chapter, I will share 6 details you may not know before. So stay tuned. Did you know that this movie pays tribute to Charlie Chaplin's movie, The Great Dictator? Both films use humor to tackle the darkest themes like fascism and oppression. Here's a detail you may not know. Guido's prisoner number subtly references Chaplin's classic. It symbolizes how humor can be a form of defiance. The scene is a subtle act of defiance. Guido refuses to let the horrors of the concentration camp break his spirit or steal his son's innocence. By pretending the camp is a game, he undermines the power of the oppressors, using humor to create a small sense of normalcy and hope. This powerful use of humor reminds us that even in the darkest times, laughter and love can keep hope alive. Did you know that this movie had a deeply personal connection to its creator, Roberto Benigni? His father was a Holocaust survivor, imprisoned in a Nazi labor camp. The stories of his father's survival profoundly influenced Benigni and the tone of the film. Since young, Benigni heard how his father tells the story, how he used humor to endure the unimaginable in concentration camp. This inspired him to use comedy in this movie as a way to cope with trauma and bring hope, even in the darkest situations. It's a heartfelt tribute to resilience and the power of laughter inspired by his own family history. How far would you go to protect your child's innocence in the darkest of times? In this movie, Guido transforms a horrifying reality into a game for his son. He uses humor and creativity to shield his son from the horrors of the concentration camp. When faced with a brutal speech from a Nazi officer, he makes it a game, making up silly rules like whoever cries loses points. You may not know that this isn't just fiction. Many Holocaust survivors have shared stories of parents using similar tactics to protect their children. It was a heartbreaking yet effective way to give them hope and a sense of safety. This movie reminds us of the extraordinary lengths parents will go to protect their children. Did you notice how Life is Beautiful changes its colors as the story unfolds? It's a subtle but powerful way to show the emotional journey of the film. In sunny Tuscany, the film is bursting with warm, vibrant hues. These colors symbolize life, joy, and the innocence of Guido's family. But as the story shifts to the concentration camp, the palette transforms. The colors become muted and cold, mirroring the loss of innocence and the harsh reality of war. This visual change is not random. It's actually a deliberate choice by the filmmakers. It draws viewers into the emotional arc of the story without a single word of explanation. We feel the loss of hope and the weight of despair simply through the changing colors. The ending of this movie is one of the most heart-wrenching yet hopeful moments in cinema. But did you know it was inspired by real stories from Holocaust survivors? Survivors often shared that, even in the darkest times, small acts of hope, like a simple smile or a joke, could feel monumental. This idea inspired the film's powerful ending, when Giosue finally sees the tank his father promised. The tank isn't just a military vehicle, it's a symbol of Guido's love, creativity, and sacrifice. It represents a promise and the triumph of hope and imagination over unimaginable despair. So, what is my reflection to this movie? In Life is Beautiful, Roberto Benigni tells a story of love, humor, and resilience. From the sunlit joy of Tuscany to the somber gray tones of the concentration camp, the film shows how even in the darkest times the human spirit can triumph. Inspired by his father's survival and the power of laughter, Benigni illustrates that hope and imagination can shield innocence from despair. This movie reminding us that life, despite everything, is truly beautiful. If you like this video, please help to click like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to my channel. Thank you.